Hello and welcome back to my channel. So today I was scrolling on X and I seen a video of Nick Fuentes with Patrick Bet-David, and I clicked it and I saw Nick and his face was so pasty and white, and I was just like, this seems like an AI generated video. And then a couple hours later I saw it was the real thing, and I watched the interview right away. And there's a lot of tone policing in there by Patrick Bet-David. He does a lot of finger wagging, like, you said this, and what about your language, and you said the N-word. And Nick counters by saying, well, Ben Shapiro said that it's okay to ethnically cleanse people and stuff like that and move them. And Patrick Bet-David has to quickly fact check him. And they have a very softball interview, and Patrick Bet-David's like, I'm not gonna give you any gotcha questions. This is not that type of interview, and I plan on having many interviews with Nick. And I'm just like thinking in my head, like, okay, all right. And then I see Nick do the ad read for Minect, and I was just like, what the hell? I was like, damn, Nick Fuentes is reading and working with Patrick Bet-David. And I thought that Patrick Bet-David owned the New York Yankees and wouldn't want to be wrapped up in the world, and especially in getting cozy in bed with Nick Fuentes like that. How I feel about Nick is completely irrelevant. Whether I like him or dislike him, whether I think he's a truth teller or a liar, whether I think he's a real grassroots person or he's just a propagandist, has nothing to do with the fact that the pivot has officially taken place. I think that after this whole Charlie Kirk situation, I feel like there was a major shift in the pyramid, and I feel like deals probably had to have been made, promotions are given, new people will take the reign. And if you look at it like, okay, Ben Shapiro and them tried to take over Turning Point USA, and now I heard there's going to be another event and Tucker Carlson's still on the bill. And I feel like now, for 2030 onwards, Nick will be the mainstream version, the palatable version. And it's like, okay, a lot of people thought he was funny and clever before, but now if he's mainstream, it's just like, how many copycats will there be of this guy? Fresh and Fit just had this other guy who is like Nick Fuentes, and one of the comments wrote down, this is the Timu version of Nick Fuentes. So it's interesting because this was the most banned man ever, and how he's making the pivot to be more mainstream. Also, there was a New York Post or New York Times, one of them did an article with him, and everyone's now talking about him. He's becoming more mainstream. So I think he will be forced to focus hate and he'll give a heavier negative push in a new direction, is what I'm saying, to a new group of people. And I feel like he will take his so-called fan base and make them a different way, in a different way of thinking. But I just wonder if his people will go along for the ride. So it's very interesting. It's very interesting that all this is happening, and it feels greasy. Thank you for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe. Thank you.